I mean, a win's a win, right? What did you make of this start, and then how the energy shifted in the fourth quarter with the finish?
Yeah, it was a tough night for us. We did not execute very well, but these are tricky games. We were obviously resting Clay and Draymond, who were banged up, and with the back-to-back, we're just hoping to take care of business tonight. And Portland, I give them a lot of credit. They played really hard and they made things much more difficult on us, but we pulled through in the end.
Looney, just what kind of impact did he make tonight?
Yeah, I thought the two key guys were Loon and Brandon. Loon just saved us. He has done dozens of times in his career here. He's kind of been on the outside of the rotation now for the last 6 weeks or so, and he always stays ready. And he came in, changed the game. We were really getting bullied on the glass early in the game, and I thought he came in and established a tone inside. And then I thought Brandon's defense on Scoot and Henderson the last 5-6 minutes of the game was massive and helped us get that separation.
I know we talked a little bit about it pregame, but another clutch effort by Steph tonight in the fourth. Just what kind of will did you see from him?
Yeah, I mean, Steph's done that a million times, so it never surprises you. Obviously wasn't his best shooting night, but made some big ones down the stretch and competed really well. And we played him more than we wanted to, but we got it done, and now we've got a chance to go play New Orleans tomorrow and get a win and put ourselves in a pretty good spot.
Obviously, the game has a lot of stakes, but as you mentioned, Steph played 36 minutes. Any consideration of resting him tomorrow?
Steph?
Yeah.
No.
You guys win on a night where you don't have your best stuff. What kind of character do you feel like that shows at this point in the season?
Shows resilience. Earlier in the season, it was kind of flipped where we were playing really well to start and we kind of gave it up. And just about finding ways to win. We held them to 18 points in the fourth quarter. Got the stop when we needed to, but also box out in rebounds. I think at halftime they had 15 more shot attempts because of the offensive rebounds and turnovers. And we were able to limit that slowly but surely in the second half. And obviously they had a bunch of guys out. So they had a bunch of, two-way guys, G League guys trying to be in there and prove themselves of, why they should be on the team, so to speak. And those teams are dangerous because you never know what you're going to get from them.
25-16 on the road this season. That's what you guys finished. What does that tell you?
It tells us we can pretty much beat anybody. I think the road record shows how together we are, our collectivity, what our relationships are like off the court. You use that on the road because you guys are us. We're the only ones we got out there, and everybody's against us. So that road record kind of speaks volumes of our relationships with each other.
Steph Curry has another masterful fourth quarter down the stretch. I mean, he's been one of the clutchest players in the league this year by a number of metrics.
He should win it.
What are your thoughts on him?
Yeah, he should win Clutch Player of the Year for sure. I remember, obviously, De'Aaron won it last year, and I think Steph has surpassed what he did last year. This year, he's our go-to guy in the clutch. He makes clutch shots. It'd be crazy if we could get the clutch Steph Curry, for 48 minutes. But yeah, I think he should win it. He's the best in the league when it comes to under 6 minute mark.
Looney tonight. I mean, what kind of boost was he able to give you guys coming off the bench?
Yeah, he's a pro's pro. Obviously, he hasn't been in the rotation because of Trace, but he does what he's supposed to do. He's been in the league for a while now. Speaking of being a pro, he's playing the low-minute games with, Pat Gee, Jerome, Lester, Usman, all those guys. He doesn't complain. He just goes about his day. And the thing I love most about Loon is you know what you're going to get from him every time he's out there. He doesn't need to take a shot to impact the game. He's going to get his how many ever rebounds. He's going to play the right way. He's going to set solid screens. You know what you're going to get from him. And I think that's what I see as a rookie, and that's what I want to become. And Steve knows that as well.
Have you had the chance to look at the standings since your game?
Yeah, I heard Sacramento lost, so obviously it's still on us to win 2 games. But if Phoenix or Portland can get them one, that'd be amazing to slide up to the 8 game.
What's the mentality tomorrow night going into a big game against New Orleans?
Win. We have to win at all costs. Obviously, Gary, Clay, and Draymond sat tonight. Hopefully they'll be ready to go tomorrow. I would expect so. And we're just going to give it everything we got because we know this is kind of our season right here.
Coach said your defense on Scoot down the stretch was a big factor in the win. What was it that you were trying to do?
Yeah, I think we called the timeout with about 6-7 minutes to go, and Draymond kind of just got after me and told me we need the BP that got you here. Early in the season, how I was playing, and he was just like, get every loose ball, play the best defense on Scoot, and I kind of took that challenge head on and did good for the most part. And I think that was a part of the reason why we were able to make a run there late.
What do you think was the key tonight, especially in the fourth quarter, taking a game like this on a night where you guys don't have your best stuff?
Just our defense, defense intensity. We was able to get stops down the stretch, get loose balls. It was a little small down the stretch, but we was able to still get stops and get loose balls and dig the ball out, getting out of transition, and be able to space them out. So whenever our defense is playing at a high level, we're pretty tough to beat.
How would you contextualize how comfortable you guys feel with the way Steph Curry operates in the clutch?
Super comfortable. When you got the ball in Steph hands, CP hands, you're going to get a great shot. Probably, you're going to get a great shot. We don't really got to call much. They're going to make the right play every time. They're going to draw two, draw three. So, Steph's been doing it all year. Whenever the game's on the line, he always comes up big for us, and we have no worries when it's a close game.
The way you guys finished, this season on the road, the road record you guys have, what does that tell you? What kind of predictive measure is that, moving forward?
It just shows that we're a really good team. We've been great on the road all year, but now it's time to take care of home court the last two games. We need to be better there. But in the playoffs, if we make the playoffs as a lower seed, we're gonna be on the road to start. So it's good to be battle tested and know that we're capable of winning anywhere. And with the veteran guys we got and the young guys we got, we feel like we can compete with anybody under any circumstance.
What's the mentality tomorrow going into New Orleans, knowing the magnitude of that game, and obviously Sunday against Utah?
Just win. Just play Warriors style of basketball. We feel like we play at our best. We should be able to take care of business. But it's gonna be a tough game. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be at Chase. It's gonna be rocking, almost like a playoff like atmosphere. So we're just excited to get back home and play in front of our fans.
Good, cool. Kind of rough, choppy game. Obviously, I was missing shots all over the place. They have a lineup that we understand their situation, so they're going to play hard. Play with energy, try to disrupt everything we're doing, and for the most part, it worked for 42 minutes, and then we just got really disciplined down the stretch. Great point of attack defense. Got a couple turnovers that led to momentum transition on the other end. Looney was unbelievable. Securing the paint on defense, finishing at the rim, giving Ayton a little bit of problems down the stretch. He's gonna get his shots up, but we just competed, and that last 6 minutes was hard-nosed basketball, and it was what it took to win.
25-16 on the road. Finished, I guess, with a flurry of wins. Just what does that mark tell you about you guys' basketball team?
It kept us alive all year, knowing how different it was than our home record, but a together group that's was trying to figure it out all year, but stayed together, stayed confident in who we could be, and I think, like I said, it's given us life to have something to play for next week and hopefully get through that threshold to a playoff series.
Yeah, what's the mentality going into tomorrow? I mean, with what's at stake against New Orleans?
Same mission, just win the next game. We understand they're playing well. There's a lot to play for on both sides, and a win tomorrow would give us we obviously can't control everything about our destiny, but it gives us a great opportunity to keep climbing the standings and keep our morale high, knowing that everything is connected to next Tuesday, wherever we play, whoever we play.
Another road slate, that's concluded for you. Just kind of big picture, your connection that you have with the opposing crowds. What has that meant to you, after experiencing that another season?
It's a great question, ladies. I never take it for granted. It's grown obviously since I got here in 2009, and the big jump it took after the first championship in 2015, and then every year it seems like it becomes more and more of a thing, and that support is amazing just because people spend their hard-earned money to come out and watch us play. You see all the Warrior jerseys out there, showing up early to see warm-ups and stuff like that, and certain arenas you can feel that energy a little bit more, even in the home crowd at times, just because they show up for us. So it means a lot for sure, and it's kind of connected to just the privilege to play at this level. And how much fun it is in this environment, and it reminds you that it's not going to be around forever. So appreciate it.
Yeah, a couple. Yeah, Steph, this is a little bit off the beaten path, but the Nike Hoop Summit's in town. A lot of those guys that are competing in it were in your camp last summer. I want to ask you about a couple guys in particular, Ace Bailey and Dylan Harper. Just what do you remember about how those guys competed at your camp, and what kind of stood out about them? What you remember?
The whole roster we had at camp was amazing. Like great kids on both the boys and girls side that just were there, willing to learn, willing to work hard, took the energy that I gave them, and reciprocated it. Those two guys individually, obviously they're super talented, but talent can only take you so far. Like, what's your mentality about how much better can you get? How hard do you work? Are you coachable? Like stuff like that, and they showed that. Dylan was funny because I think he guarded me in a couple the pickup runs we had. I might not have scored on him, and I think he was mic'd up for some outlet, and I think he knew he was counting my stats. A little matchup, but like you love that competitiveness because they're there to get better.
I think I saw the video. He was telling another camper, like, this is how I would guard Steph. I do this, and that. Had a whole game plan. You've run this camp for a few years. You've seen a lot of the guys that were probably in your camp. You've competed against them in the NBA. I imagine you see those guys at that camp last summer, and you think these guys in a couple years are going to be in the league playing alongside me. Do you see that with those two guys?
No, for sure. They're obviously the top talent in the country for a reason, and like I tell them when they come to camp, we just want to be a small part of your story as you keep climbing the ladder, because hopefully they took something tangible away from their experience and boost their confidence even more. But they're all amazing talents, and it's cool to see the alumni from camp that have been in the league. Dennis Smith Jr. was the very first camp I had, all the way to this last year. We'll see what happens.